Hi, everyone. My name is Candace. I am with Live Civil, a platform created by Karen Civil. I want to just say we are so ready for the hair, the wardrobe, the drama, and all the things that is the crew of Cal U. I want to start with Yara. So Zoey is a young woman after my own heart. I love how she knows what she wants, even though she doesn't quite have it all figured out. And sometimes she says too much and has to go back and fix it. But her bold decision to drop out and pursue her dream is one young people are not taught and may even be afraid of trying in it because it's not PC or what we're told to do. And we get a glimpse of Zoey killing it in her with her celebrity clientele. And there are plenty of people who are successful without degrees in real life. So why do you think it's important to introduce that path to success on the show? And when we get to see what her parents have to say about it?
Right. I mean, I think what I love about Zoe dropping out is really that even though we're a show that happens to take place at college, at its core, it's really a show about growing up. And I think college just happens to be the setting which brought so many of us together. And so I think it wouldn't be true to growing up if we didn't have characters exploring different paths. And for Zoe, I think like so many of her peers, when you know what your passion is, sometimes you have to make those risks or decisions to see how you're going to get there. And I think it's also wonderful trying to figure out how to traverse that world even as a young brown woman. We know to be true that young brown and black kids oftentimes aren't given the same opportunity to be outliers and to be unorthodox and to take paths that aren't paved before us. And so to be able to see the real struggles that come with that, the real commitment that comes with dropping out, it is not a walk in the park, is cool because it's something that I feel like kind of adds to Zoe's journey and the fact that she has proven that growth is not linear.
Absolutely. Emily, for Nomi, getting pregnant and trying to be a student is a real thing. So, how can we expect to see Nomi's character speak to us about that, especially with her being on the fence about involving the father?
Yeah, I think it's important because it does happen. Obviously, I would hope that viewers feel less alone if it's happened to them, and also make your own decision. Nomi's going to make a choice that maybe isn't right for everybody else at home, and I think it's important that just because something maybe on TV doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. I think there's the right thing is different for every single person. So that's what I would say to viewers at home is do what's right for you, not necessarily what's right for Nomi, who's a character on TV right now.
I agree. I agree. Trevor, real quick, we love young Aaron and that he keeps stirring up that good trouble. And we even get a sneak peek of him getting arrested at one point. Behind it, being an advocate for mental health myself, I also appreciate how the show supported that through his character, which makes me think of how mental health is addressed as a whole through the roles. When you all get into fights, you always fix it. And I love that it's not finger pointing, but it's making the character look in the mirror at themselves. Why is that so important to capture?
That was such a great question. Worded. I think it's important to capture just. I think because there's so many different versions of people in the show, and I think the conversation is such a key element into the solving, like you were saying. And as a young person who's gotten older, one thing for me that was hard was just speaking my mind because I wanted everybody to be comfortable and happy. We all go after this happy life, and sometimes we'll silence our own voice because we want to make sure the rest of the room is good. But like you said, by the communication, by us talking, we're able to get to an even happier place and have a better understanding of each other. So showing the different opinions, showing the different views, I think is how you make the bridge to a better future for sure.
I love that. And I'm not sure if I got time, but Luca, you're just too cool for school, man. Like, what are you gonna give us? What? Just tell me. Like, give us something, because it's
Just
hard to
more,
get anything out of you.
just more Luca, man.
Yes, we
It's
love it. I actually have a question that I would like all of you to answer if you could. So, the show has consistently addressed hot topics in a way that's conversational through invoking humor in areas that can be considered heavy. Your voices have been heard as far as breaking down old ideas of how life should be, the importance of being involved in our political future, the fluidness of gender roles, non traditional routes to success. activism, relationships, cultural issues, all of that. What message do you love that either the show or your character is speaking to the most in the minds of the current generation or the audience as a whole?
Yeah.
You killed that question. Wow. Sorry. Oh, Hallie, go for it, Hallie.
No, you're right. That's a beautiful question. The main theme that I just truly appreciate about this show is that it's teaching us to embrace ourselves. It's teaching us to be okay with who we are, to be okay with the struggle, with the issues that happen, and just to learn to love yourself with open arms and know that life is definitely a beautiful roller coaster, but you will get through it. So it's even teaching me, to embrace myself for who I am.
Love that.
Yeah,
No,
well, for me, I would, sorry. For me, I would have to say, I just love the sense of community and togetherness. And even though you see all of us tackle our own issues and go through all of this, we still come together at the end of the day. And I feel like it's really important right now to have a support system around you, because life isn't easy. It's very difficult, quite frankly. And it's important to have those people. So I'm happy for me personally. I have my sister and my family with me. And in the show, I got all these guys. So.
When you were asking the question, I wasn't sure if you were referring to reality or the TV show, which I think is pretty cool, because I think, a little bit of our show has kind of bled into our reality. And one of the things that I appreciate about the show, and I'm glad that I'm embracing it now, is owning your voice, having a voice, and using it. I didn't, I've been in this business a long time, and I didn't prior to this show. And I'm grateful that I almost had this character to kind of teach me the best way to use a voice, to use your voice, and also to be able to get along with other people that maybe don't share the same beliefs that you do, and how to still maintain a friendship amongst all of that. So it's definitely helped me outside, especially in this last year. And I hope that our audience learns to also own their voice, use their voice, and also like learn to think for themselves, and not so much what their people are telling them or people they admire telling them, that really they, do their research and hear different sides and form their own opinion and own it. So,
Fellas?
Yeah. This one for Doug, he was kind of on the opposite end of it when Jazz was kind of posting, photos or, videos or whatever of her body, just, women having agency, right, over their own bodies, and double standards, what men can do or what's deemed as what women can't do. Doug was on the other side of that, but he learned, and I feel like hopefully a lot of men learned that women can do what they want, however they see fit.
Thank you. Agreed.
thank you.
Yeah. And I love that, especially over the last few years, people have, been watching the show and they're finding it nice and comfortable, or they're finding a comfortability to be able to talk. But now I think an interesting thing that you can also learn from grown-ish is to learn how to listen instead of just spouting things. You can say things all you want, but if you're not willing to listen as well, then it's just a one-sided conversation, right? So, and that's one thing that our characters really do is, they at the beginning of the episode they'll say a lot, but then eventually they do listen, and that's really important.
Thank you guys for all of those answers. I absolutely agree. That was my question, because we don't have much time. So thank you all so much. I'm looking forward to seeing the next episodes coming up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Here.